lovely family here on YouTube, and welcome to a brand new video as we start this good old week off. Happy Monday to you. I am here to bring you some really great quality job opportunities for this week. So we are going to head right into the quality job leads I have for you. I do want to let you know that we are going to go over multiple job leads today. It may be a little more than you're used to going over. So make sure you definitely stay tuned to check out every single one to see which one is the best fit for you. So you then know and are supplied with what you need to be able to apply for those jobs. In addition to that, I do have some entry-level positions as well as more advanced opportunities. So make sure you stick around to see which one is a better fit so that you are equipped with the right information to get your feet pounding this week and making sure you apply for these jobs so you can get in for interviews. I am all for making sure that you have the tools you need to be able to elevate your career and get the coins and the salary that you deserve. So let's head right into the actual job opportunities that I do have for you today. Our very first one is going to start off with our friends over at Jack Henry. Now, if you are not familiar with Jack Henry, this may be a brand new company that you've never heard about. They are a provider of financial technology solutions, such as payment processing systems and services. The majority of their customer base are banks and credit unions. So we're going to move down to this role I do have available for you today. This is their client support representative role. It is going to be more so servicing a bill pay. It's within their programming department. It's completely remote, no traveling needed. Okay, when you come on their site, feel free to use this job ID to look for this role. Now, this is going to be more of a technical support or client support rep position, and getting more into the details of what you'll do on a day-to-day. You will provide tier 1 or level 1 troubleshooting, and that does include assessing the customer's product issues or problems, being able to ask appropriate detailed questions, and carefully listening to really be able to understand and comprehend the issue so that then you can go into the mix of trying to resolve it and problem solve. You're going to research customer problems to increase personal knowledge and be able to get yourself more familiar with different support products and services that you can assist customers with making sure that their problems are solved. You'll also identify and resolve application and service issues and any other questions that may arise. You'll provide appropriate personnel and understanding of user issues when the problem needs to be escalated to a higher level, so like a tier 2. So you're going to have to understand like, oh, okay, I can't handle that at this tier or this knowledge base that I have. It has to go to the next tier up. Also, you're going to monitor incoming cases and emails, and you're going to resolve those issues in accordance with their service level standards, using available support tools to assist the customers and and make sure you resolve the issue. You'll participate in training programs to continuously improve product knowledge and service skills, and you may also have to perform other job duties as well. Now, what are you going to need for the job? You're going to need a minimum of 18 months of experience in a financial institute, so a bank, or if you did something in risk management or fraud with handling money, something of that sort, or technical support role. So if you are in customer service and you've handled helping people get onto, say, their banking website, or help them with some type of technical skill set, having to get on to monitor their accounts or their benefits, or, you know, you had to walk them through technically and maybe view their screen to help them know where to click to get to certain things on a website. Those are the type of things that they're looking for you to have when it comes to a technical support role if you have been in customer service before. Not just taking phone calls, but also helping people and navigating them through different technical support issues is what they're looking for. Now, pluses for you to have is if you have developing professional expertise working on non-complex and moderate complex projects, general knowledge of the financial industry as it relates to banks and credit unions, if you have knowledge of specific products and core competencies of complementary products, that's going to be good. Being able to provide outstanding customer service as it relates to corporate policies, and also demonstrating strong communication and customer interaction skills is also really, really good. Now, they did not have the salary on the actual website, so I did go to one of our good friends, which is at salary.com, to try and get you guys to really have a better understanding of what that position would be paying. So on a lower scale, you're looking at about $57,000, and then on the higher scale, you're looking at about $58,000 with a mid-range of about $52,000 per year. Now, when you do look at total compensation, that could be bonuses and things of that nature, you're looking at more of a range from $48,000 to $61,000 at the highest, with the medium range being about $54,000, so about $2,000 more annually when you do negotiate those rates and negotiate that bonus and all that good stuff, okay? So, if you are interested in this good old client support representative role with Jack Henry, head over quickly and get your application in. As you guys know, these roles do go very quickly. Getting into the next opportunity I have for you, this one is through a company called Team Health. They do supply multiple different health systems with services and clinically certified professionals nationwide. And this specific role that I'm bringing to you today is their credentialing specialist. It is completely remote. Within this role, the main things you're going to do are making sure that all the clinical professionals are set up with health insurance providers really well, and all of their credentialing is done up to date and it's within that health provider or health insurance company system, so that they can continue to get paid and get the privileges of being a certified or registered provider and licensed provider and all of that good stuff. So getting more into the details, you will establish working relationships with internal and external personnel to facilitate all aspects of the application process. You'll collaborate with clinical and internal and external resources to understand when new state licenses are needed for clinicians. You'll coordinate receipt and data entry clinician information into credential software systems for the purpose of ensuring that the clinician information is accurate and up to date. You'll ensure current documentation is on file for all contracts and any pertaining documentation. You're also going to facilitate and track the entire facility application and reappointment process and document accordingly. You'll initiate and ensure any malpractice coverage for clinicians. You'll prepare and ensure accuracy of clinical applications for hospital privileges. You're going to maintain credential databases. You're going to ensure appropriate state ratios are maintained. Participating in integrated work teams as responsible for team members, and follow the norms and guidelines established by the team for communication, production, efficiency, and all of that good stuff. Now, the job qualifications for this role is you are going to need 2 years of college, specifically business courses, or 1 to 3 years of experience in a medical staff office or credentials position. You're going to need excellent organization and multitasking skills, be really personable, have that negotiation and persuasion about you, being able to talk people into things, have really great communication skills, be good with computers like word processing, spreadsheets, database management, have really great attention to detail, be able to adapt to flexible work schedules and frequent interruptions, be able to problem solve as well and make decisions really well, coordinate and meet deadlines, work on a team and work with cross-functional teams, handle multiple tasks and deadlines at a time, and be really able to adapt to rapid change. You're going to also need to have the ability to handle confidential data, all right, and legible handwriting, as you may have to write on some of the things that you come in contact with. So if you are interested in this credentialing role and you do have that experience, head on over to Team Health and get your application in so you can be selected for interviews. Now, if you are interested in being able to level up or upgrade your resume to be able to align with jobs like the ones that we just went over, I do have a resume keyword guide that you can find down in the description box and the pinned comments. The resume library allows you to be able to make sure you have the exact keywords you're going to need to be able to apply for jobs like this. It also helps take a lot of the guesswork out of what kind of keywords should you be putting on a resume, and kind of ensures that process for you as you go to revise your resume. Now, with the resume keyword guide, you do get over 300 different resume keywords in over 11 different industries. You also do get action words, and you also get additional resources to help you level up your actual resume really quickly so you can get it in, you can apply and get it into hiring managers' hands very quickly. So if you are interested in a resume keyword guide, feel free to get your hands on your copy. Once again, you can find a link to that in the description box as well as the pinned comments. Now, if you are looking for a level up from the resume keyword guide where you're getting more of a resume template that's already done for you, and all you have to do is plug in all of your experience and your education, but the resume is already structured and formatted specifically for jobs just like this one. I do have a resume template library that will be coming to you guys here on YouTube really soon, within the next couple weeks. If you are interested in resume templates that are already done specifically for you, definitely feel free to get on the wait list for the resume template library. You can find a link to the wait list down in the description box. Now, heading on over to our next opportunity today. This one is with our good friends at USAA. Now, if you don't know USAA, you have literally been living under a rock, because all of the different kind of advertising they have, it's hard to miss them, okay, with all the commercials and everything else. If you're not familiar with USAA, they are an American financial service company providing insurance and different kind of banking products for military service personnel and their families in the United States. Now, we are going to head into one of the roles I do have for you today. I do have several roles through USAA. They are a really big, well-known Fortune 500 company, so make sure you stay tuned so you can see all of the roles to see which one is better for you. We're going to start off with this SIU, or Serious Investigation Unit Investigator. This is a mid-level role. It is remote no matter where you are, and it is going to be more on an Eastern Standard Time zone, so keep that in mind. Some of the first things I want to point out to you is it is full-time. You won't have to travel a whole lot. You do get an incredible amount of personal time off. 34 days is unheard of. So really, really good there. You really do get a great percent company match as well, up to 8% for this role. Getting more into the details of this actual position, they are hiring in multiple locations. It is completely remote. When you get on their site, feel free to use this job ID to search for this specific opportunity. What you will be doing is you are going to have to apply knowledge and understanding of fraud schemes and investigation strategies on any questionable or suspect first or third party claims. You're going to participate in development of fraud prevention strategies. You'll apply your knowledge of property and casualty insurance industry products, services, and processes in investigating claims, include the policy, contracts, coverage, and internal claims handling processes. You're going to apply knowledge of state laws and regulations pertaining to insurance fraud. You'll collect evidence of pertaining fraud through field or remote interviews and throughout searches of investigation databases, internet resources, public records, and forensic tools. You'll make recommendations within defined authority guidelines. You'll prepare and present details as well related to your investigations. You're going to serve as a subject matter expert or resource team member on specific matters and handle catastrophic duty responsibilities as the business requires. Now, what you're going to need educational wise is just a high school diploma or a GED. You're going to need 2 years of claims adjusting experience experience or property and casualty SIU or serious investigation unit fraud investigation experience, or if you don't have any of that, like the claims experience, you're going to need 4 years of prior investigative law enforcement to include military or a related fraud industry investigation experience. So if you don't have the claims experience or specifically serious investigation claim experience or claim experience, you're going to at least need 4 years of experience investigating something. All right. So in the industry where you had to investigate something, regardless, it could be fraud, it could be maybe fraud with credit cards or mortgage fraud, right? Loan fraud, any type of fraud investigations, that's what they're looking for. If you have proven skills in investigations, they're looking for that. Experience obtaining statements from various parties that may include witnesses and suspects and things of that nature. Being able to gather broad range of evidence, having proven ability to organize and prioritize your workload really well, and be familiar with computers and various softwares such as Microsoft, Windows, those kinds of things. If you have knowledge of city, state, and local regulation law concepts, understanding of contracts, case law, medical treatment, and medical terminology, they're going to definitely be looking for you. What's going to set you apart from a lot of different candidates, right? So these are going to be pluses if you have them. If you have property and casualty experience, that includes auto, property, and underwriting, right? If you have SIU or fraud investigation, military or law enforcement experience, all of that is going to be great. Proven ability to manage complex fraud cases, be able to use public record systems and other case databases to support investigations, be able to work independently with minimal direct supervision, be proficient in establishing documentation and pursuing appropriate investigation awareness strategies. If you do have professional certificates or designations, that's great. Being able to also have the ability to work across multiple different time zones is going to help you as well for this specific position. Now, the salary range for this investigation position is $67,000 up to $128,000 per year. So it really is paying a really great rate of pay. With USAA, you do get some really great benefits like their medical, dental, vision plans, the 401k, plus pension options, life insurance, parental benefits, adoption assistance, paid time off with holiday pay, plus 16 paid volunteer hours per year. You'll also get various wellness programs and other things that'll help you definitely make sure you continue your education to be able to level up in your career. So I love companies like this because it gives you kind of like an unlimited amount of career growth. You're able to move to different departments because they're nationwide. They're a huge company with offices all over the place. So it really does give you that limitless mindset of being able to get into a company and really maneuver and make your way up and earn more, not only more of a skill set, but earn more financially and career-wise as well, which is really good. So if you're interested in this SIU investigator role, it is mid-level, so more of a lower level role. Feel free to get on over to USAA and get your application in. Heading into the next opportunity I have for you today with USAA, this is their personal lines account manager role. This one is an intermediate role, so right in between more of that entry level and seasoned is right in between that. Now, this is more of a customer service opportunity. I know it says account management, but it definitely is more of like a customer service intermediate role. Now, let me get you into the details of kind of what you'll do in this role. And just to let you know, they are hiring in multiple different states, okay? When you head over to their website, feel free to look via the job ID here that is listed. This is a remote work from home opportunity. It is going to be more so in a call center environment, okay? It is going to be heavily structured and regimented, meaning you're going to be on a routine. Now, with this role, the hours for this role is 5 days a week. It is a 40-hour per week role, which is full-time, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So do keep that in mind when reviewing and applying for this role. You can work remotely anywhere in the U.S. It does not specifically designate that you have to work remote in certain areas. You can work remote no matter where you are, and they do have multiple positions available with this specific title. Okay, so that is why this job opportunity is going to be available for some time, because they're trying to fill multiple positions. Now, moving more into what you'll do on a day-to-day, you're going to be answering and communicating with customers that do have various risk profiles. You're going to look at their actual account within the system and see what different products and services you'll be able to provide them to really be able to bring them solutions. You'll provide relevant service offerings for products within the United States and territories. You'll evaluate additional carriers to address each member's risk profile to ensure appropriate approval and pricing can be issued. You'll underwrite policies using critical thinking, appropriate to include property appraisal, permit search, carrier manuals, and a multitude of data points and supporting documentation. You'll use USAA's core system. You'll document all policy information, carrier correspondence, and carrier forms. You're going to provide policy changes, endorsements, renewals, cancellations, reinstatements, and record updates within agency systems. You'll also track and follow up on sale opportunities. You'll ensure risks associated with business activities are identified, measured, monitored, and controlled in accordance with the risk and compliance policies and procedures. Now, educationally, for this role, you're just going to need a high school diploma or a GED, 1 year of insurance sales and service experience, and or experience working in personal lines, multi-career insurance agency, or broker setting. Now, you are going to need a valid property and casualty license from a home state and or be able to acquire a home state multi-state license within 90 days. Now, what is that? In order to be able to sell insurance to anybody, right? So for an example, if you have insurance on your home, if you have renter's insurance, if you have car insurance, somebody somewhere had to sell you that. Even if you got it online, there is a person behind that online application that had to walk everything through, and their license is associated with your policy. So in every state nationwide, it is required that an educated, licensed insurance agent are the only people who can generate insurance policies. All right. So that's what this license is. You do have to be able to get licensed, and it's really quick. They take you through a learning program. You'll learn all about insurance and all of the things that you may not know about insurance. And then you do have to take a licensing test. Now, I do like to forewarn everyone when applying for jobs like this that the licensing test does do an extensive background check, and some of that will be fingerprinting. So you do have to have a clean background in order to be able to get licensed. But the great thing about being licensed is you do have really great income potential, and you can take that license and move to any company you want and get in the door very quickly, because it is something that they do need in order to be able to produce policy. So they're always going to need somebody who's licensed. So really great opportunity if you're interested in that and you don't mind getting licensed if you don't have the license. Now, communication, you're also going to need really effective communication and customer service skills, and have knowledge of insurance ratings and underwriting procedures. Now, what sets you apart? What are pluses? If you have 2+ years of personal line experience in the areas of wind and Florida property, that's going to be great. If you have experience working in agency management systems and or Salesforce, if you have experience working in multiple carrier environment, that's also great. If you don't have any of those three, that's completely fine. You're going to just need these in order to definitely be able to get in the door. Now, what is this going to actually pay? You're going to be paid $43,000 up to about $78,000 per year for this specific role, and and you do and are eligible for those good benefits like the medical, dental, vision, pension, 401k, life insurance, and multiple paid time off. All right. So if you are interested in this personal lines account manager role with USAA, make sure you head on over very quickly and get that application in. All right. Now moving into our next opportunity, this one is going to be more on a hybrid scale. This is their senior auto appraiser hybrid field remote position. Now I do want to get more into the opportunity because this is going to be more on your own schedule because you're going to have to go out and appraise different kinds of property, and that's more so what hybrid is going to be, but all of your desk work is more so going to be done at home remote. Now this one is more so within the Georgia Augusta area, but when you get on their site, I want you to also look for different opportunities in your location because this role they are hiring for in multiple locations. Now this one, it is a full-time role. You do get a lot of those good old PTO times and days. You're going to get that 401k with the company match. Now moving on down to more of the actual details of this role. Here's the job ID if you're interested in looking with the actual job ID. Now more of what you'll do is you are going to use digital tools and digital software to evaluate and appraise high complexity like total loss, total burn, theft recovery, auto claims. You're going to investigate claim damage, including communicating with the insured and third-party vendors that may also require face-to-face interactions with members and third parties. You'll review facts of the loss and vehicle damage to determine if subrogation opportunities exist. Meaning if somebody else caused the accident, if USAA can go after them for the money owed if they caused the accident. You're going to need to demonstrate advanced knowledge of property and casualty insurance, industry product services, contracts, and internal processes. Review claims suppliers for fraud indicators. Maintain accurate and current claim file documentation. Reviewing additional damages as well. Partner with vendors and internal business partners. Explain coverage to policyholders with information on repairs and describe the settlement process, right? So really making sure that people understand, okay, your car was damaged. This is how much damage has been done, right? This is the process of how it's going to get fixed and things of that nature. Now, the educational requirement for this role, you're going to just need a high school diploma or a GED. And then 2 years of auto appraising experience if you have knowledge of property and casualty insurance policies, like contracts and coverage, that's all going to be great. And then also acquisition and maintenance of insurance adjuster's license within 90 days and designated number of attempts. Meaning that if you don't have your insurance license for this role, you are going to have to get it. All right. Now, physical requirements, you may be required to operate a company vehicle. So within that local area, they'll give you a company vehicle. You're going to have to go to body shops and review damage. But of course, it's going to be on your own time. You can set your own schedule, go out to maybe some of them that are closed. I'll do 2 or 3 today, go back home and work, right? I like hybrid jobs that are like this that don't require you to be in the office, right? Because you still have that freedom to do those specific job duties when you need to do them around the schedule that you need to do them. So I like to bring you guys jobs like this that also do give you that work-life balance. If you have to pick up your child, right, you can say, okay, I'm gonna drop them off at 8 a.m. I'm gonna go and look at these vehicles until say 2, and then I'll go pick up my child at 3, do any desk work from 3 to 5, right? You can kind of definitely gauge your time and your schedule around what needs to be done to make sure you're also not only getting your work done, but you have that work-life balance where you can kind of navigate things appropriately. You can make it to where I'm only going to go out and view cars Monday through Wednesday, right? And Thursday and Friday will be my work from home days. You can kind of gauge jobs like this one specifically really to your liking. So I definitely like about this specific role. Now, some of the other physical attributes that you're going to need, need to be able to reach, handle, squat, bend, climb, those kinds of things. Because you might have to, get on top of a car or something like that, or look over top on the over of the car to see if the hood is damaged, right? You might have to kneel down underneath to see if there's any undercarriage damage. So they want to make sure that physically you can do those things, those minor things, just to make sure that you're evaluating the cars correctly. You may also have to work outdoors in inclement weather and conditions. So if you have to go to an auto body shop and it rains that day, just making sure you're aware of that up front, right? You may be be exposed to work in body shops and or salvage yards, right? So all of the things I've been gearing you up to with this role, this is actually the line or the sentence that tells you that. All right, so you will be doing that about 25% of the role. You may also be required to meet all USAA safety driving requirements, including verification of driving records through the motor vehicle systems, and possess a driver's license, because they are going to give you a company vehicle. Now, with this role, it is paying a really great rate of pay. It is starting at $61,000, also surpasses six figures up to $116,000 annually. So it is really paying a really great rate of pay. Of course, that range is so big because it is dependent upon your experience. Okay, so if you don't have a whole lot of experience, if you have to get certified, all of those things, then you're going to be on a lower tier. But I do want to also always stress that you negotiate. You don't say like, okay, I'll take 61,000. Never ever. Okay, you always look at all of the skill sets that you do have. If you've been a desk adjuster before, then that is going to lead the segue where really you want to start your negotiations off at 85,000 or 90,000, right? So making sure that you are definitely negotiating your worth, negotiating based on your experience, and negotiating based on a higher rate of pay always. All right. Now with this role, you do get the medical, dental, and vision plans. You get a 401k and pension, life insurance, parental benefits, adoption assistance, paid time off, all of the really great benefits that keep employees at companies, right? So if you're interested in the senior auto appraiser role, feel free to get on over to USAA and make sure you definitely get your application in so you can get in for interviews. Now, if you've made it this far through the video, hit me up in the comments with the fire emoji and let me know if these specific opportunities definitely helped you understand what other opportunities are out there. If you're interested in updating your resume to be able to apply for jobs just like this one that we went over, I do have a resume keyword guide. You can find a resume keyword guide down in the description as well as the pinned comments. It does give you over 300 different resume keywords in over 11 different industries to help you level up your resume very quickly in record time to be able to apply for jobs like this. It also helps take a lot of the guesswork out of what kind of keywords you should be putting on your resume and gives you the keywords that you're going to need to put on there. In addition to that, you're also going to get multiple resources like action words to be able to help you start your sentences off with. And in addition to that, you'll get other resources as well. So if you're interested in a resume keyword guide, feel free to get your hands on your copy. You can find a link to the resume keyword guide down in the description as well as the pinned comments. Now, if you are looking for a level up from that, something more of a resume template that is already created for you, it is completely done for you for jobs just like the one we just went over, and all you have to do is put in your education and experience. I do have a resume template library that will be coming to you guys here on YouTube very soon within the next couple weeks. If you are interested in the resume template library, make sure you get on the wait list. You can find a link to the wait list down in the description box. Now here I am opening the doors to all of you that have not become a part of the family as of yet. Make sure you become an official tribe member here on YouTube by subscribing to the channel, turning that bell notification on, and clicking all so you can be notified each and every time I drop a new video and you don't miss out on anything. We would love to have you as an official member here on YouTube, and I would personally love to be able to provide you the resources that will help you land your very next lucrative money-making job. So definitely make sure you become a part of the family right now by subscribing to the channel and turning that bell notification on. The doors are wide open to you. Until next time, make sure you continue to thrive and you continue to reach for those good old career goals. And as always, I will see you guys in the very next video. Until next time, make sure you be blessed and you continue down that good old thriving path. I'll see you next time. Bye.